Case summary. Court of Appeal. Citation. The Moorcock, 1889, 14 PD 64. Date decided, 1889. Background facts. Claimant, plaintiff. The owners of the steamship the Moorcock. Defendant, the wharf owners. In 1889, the steamship the Moorcock was docked at a wharf owned by the defendants on the River Thames. The ship was there to unload its cargo. The wharf owners had agreed to provide safe berth and unloading facilities for the ship. However, during low tide, the ship sustained damage when it grounded on a ridge of hard ground under the mud, which had not been visible or known to the ship hunters when they docked. Argument. Claimant's argument. The owners of the Moorcock argued that the wharf owners had a duty to ensure the berth was safe for docking and unloading. They claimed that the damage to their ship was due to the defendants' failure to provide a safe mooring and sought compensation for the damages incurred. Defendant's argument. The wharf owners contended that they had no explicit obligation under the contract to guarantee the safety of the ship while it was berthed. They argued that there was no express term in the contract that required them to ensure the ground beneath the water was free of hazards. Final outcome and legal justification. Final outcome. The Court of Appeal found in favor of the claimants, the owners of the Moorcock. Legal justification. The court reasoned that there was an implied term in the contract between the parties. This implied term was necessary to give business efficacy to the contract. The key legal principle established was that when entering into a contract, both parties must implicitly agree to terms that ensure the contract can be effectively performed. The court held that it was reasonable to imply a term that the wharf owners had undertaken to take reasonable care to ensure the safety of vessels using their dock. Given the nature of the agreement, it was necessary to imply such a term to make the contract functional and effective. The grounding of the Moorcock due to an unseen hazard was a breach of this implied term, thus making the wharf owners liable for the damages. Key concept. Implication. The Moorcock case established the principle of implied terms in contract law. Specifically, it set the precedent that terms can be implied into a contract if they are necessary to ensure that the contract can be performed in a practical and businesslike manner. Key learnings. 1. Contracts may contain implied terms that are not explicitly stated but are necessary for the performance of the contract. 2. The implication of terms ensures that the contract is workable and businesslike. 3. Implied terms are based on the presumed intentions of the parties involved and the necessity of the term for the contract's practical efficacy. This case underscores the importance of understanding that not all contractual obligations are explicitly stated and that courts will imply necessary terms to ensure fairness and functionality in contractual relationships.